Good afternoon, everybody. I'm happy to see you. It's been a while since I've been on Facebook Live. My name is Reverend Angie Abt. I'm a registered Lilydale medium. I'm also the owner of Santosha Holistic Center. I've been doing readings for years and years and years in Williamsville, New York, and teaching classes too. So I'm excited to be here with you today. We're going to talk about a couple things, and I'm kind of waiting for people to come on. Okay, so I'm kind of killing a little time here. I'd love to have you come on and then write in the comments. Let us know when you're here and where are you from. I love to hear where everybody's from. I think it's so exciting. And also, too, have you ever been to Lilydale? I feel like Lilydale is one of the most amazing places I've ever been to. You drive through those gates, and I've been going there since I was in probably about 25, so a long time. I won't tell you how long, but I've been going there, and the first thing I noticed was you drive through the gates of Lilydale, and you immediately feel peaceful. There's just something about it. And one of the things that I always liked too is that you can walk around the streets of Lilydale and you can say hello to people. And guess what? They say hi back to you. That's a really, really nice thing. I notice, like in my neighborhood, sometimes I walk around and I'll say hi to people and they look down, or they don't make eye contact with you. I still always smile and say hello to them no matter what. And also, a smile goes a long way. And I know it's been hard, right? Really, this last couple of years because we've had to wear masks and we haven't been able to smile or make the same connection with people. But you still can. All right. If I put a mask on now, I'm not going to do it, but if I did and I smiled, like notice when I smile, okay, you can see my lines for sure, but my eyes crinkle up and you can still tell. So I feel like when we smile at people, to me, that's one of the most healing things we can do. All right. Because isn't everything about being kind? I hear that we need to be kind to people because you just never know. Stop and help somebody. If you notice that there's a lady carrying groceries, offer to carry one of the bags, or whatever you can do. But I think mainly it's about smiling and just letting people know that we're there for each other, because I feel like that's so much what we need, right? Is we all need to be there for each other, so people don't feel so alone, and so that there's a sense of community. Okay. So anyway, back to Lilydale. If you've never been to Lilydale, I would sure encourage that you go there because it's an amazing, amazing place. So we're on today. We're on Facebook Live and also on Lilydale Blog Talk Radio, as a matter of fact. And there's a couple things that I want to talk to you about. So number one is meditation. Okay. I feel like meditation. We're going to also talk about intuition. I'm going to maybe give you a couple exercises so you can get a message for yourself. But to me, meditation, I'm going to read you a description that was actually written by a friend of mine. And she said, meditation is a quieting of the five senses. It's letting go of everyday concerns. When you meditate, you enter into the peace and love where God resides. Prayer is talking to God. Meditation is listening to God. So during meditation, you'll feel your body relax, easing away aches and pains. Problems suddenly seem less threatening. And at times you will sense or see answers you've been looking for. So that's connecting to your intuition. You will feel your stress drain away and peaceful contentment take its place. When you are finished meditating, you'll feel relaxed and refreshed and even centered. Okay. Now, the biggest thing that I always hear people say about meditation, everybody says this, like, I really want to learn how to meditate, but I have no idea how. I can't do it. I can't stop my thoughts. I'm right there with you. Okay. My mind, if anybody knows me, my mind is churning away 100 miles a minute. Okay. I'm thinking all the time, and it's really hard to stop it, but it's so, so worth it. And if you start meditating, okay, I promise you this works. Little by little, it gets better and better and better. And even if there are times that I meditate and I think, did I even meditate? Because I feel like I just sat here and thought the whole time. All right. But that's never what happens. Just by like, I think it's the intention of sitting down, whether you listen to meditation music or listen to a guided meditation on YouTube or on on Deepak Chopra's website, or you go on the Calm app. Okay. So any of those things, just setting that intention and setting that time aside, you'll notice that your day goes better. So I got to tell you a story. All right. I used to work at a car dealership. Okay. And I was customer relations manager at the car dealership. So anybody that had an issue with their car ended up in my office. And there were days that people really were upset, and I could understand it. They were upset about things. Okay. And sometimes they were yelling about things, and for me, I always tried to say, well, they're not yelling at me, they're yelling about their car, and I understand it. But sometimes when people are, giving you stuff like that over and over again, you start to feel like it's wrecking your day. Well, what I noticed was on the days that I meditated in the morning before I went to work, I could take it more and really say, I know it's not about me. I'm okay. I'm not going to take this in. I know, and it wouldn't stress me out. Okay. On the days I didn't meditate, I maybe, after a few people coming in my office being upset, I would start to feel, it would feel like they were yelling at me, even though they weren't. All right. So it was harder for me to stay balanced and centered. Okay. And not make it personal on the days I didn't meditate. Okay. I also started noticing this when I meditated. I noticed that my day went better all the way around. You know how you have those days where you're trying to do a project or do something, and everything you need or want is right there and it's falling into place and it's easy. Okay. When on the days I meditated, my days were more like that. Okay. The days I didn't meditate, I would be more stressed or having things not fall into place. All right. And it actually got to be so much like that at the car dealership I worked, that my boss, okay, would say, his name was Glenn, and he would say to me, I don't think you meditated today. You seem to be awful stressed and things are really getting to you. I'd recommend you go sit in your car or go stand in the bathroom or do something and let yourself meditate for a few minutes, and you'll feel better. And I would do that. So I want to give you some tips on meditation. All right. So let's just say you don't really have time to meditate that day, or you missed your meditation. Okay. One of the, or you want to meditate and you're not sure how to do it or how to get into that space. Well, one of the things you can do is you can focus on your breathing. All right. You can look up yoga breathing on YouTube, or it's called pranayama. Okay. And it's connecting to the breath. And and this works so well. You can take a deep breath in. Now, let me say this first. Okay. A lot of times, if you notice where you breathe, okay, and if I invited you to put one hand on your chest right now and one hand on your belly and start breathing, notice which hand seems to go up more. Okay. And honestly, what most people notice is the hand that seems to be going up and down more, with along with the way your breath is going, is chest. Okay. Now, proper breathing. If you watch a baby breathe, okay, watch a baby next time you see one. If you haven't noticed this before, is babies' bellies go up and down. All right, and with each breath that they take. That's really proper breathing, is breathing all the way into our bellies. Okay. So if we're nervous or we're stressed and we're chest breathing already because of that, and then we continue chest breathing, that actually contributes to us being more stressed. Okay. Not relaxing us. All right. The way to relax is to breathe all the way into your belly. All right. Now, I notice when I do this, and I wouldn't tell you anything unless I tried it myself. All right. But when I breathe into my belly, okay, and I do that for 5 minutes and I take those kind of deep breaths, I automatically feel my entire body start to relax. My mind, my back, if it's stressed, or my arms or hands or what have you. So how you do this, okay? And you can even do it like put your hand on your belly, okay? And you can inhale in through your nose and count. So I'll demonstrate it in a minute after I tell it to you, but you're going to inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then and you'll have your hand on your belly, so make sure you push your belly out, that you're breathing that way, okay? And for girls, that's always hard to do. We're taught to hold our bellies in, but not in meditation, okay? So inhale to 5 and then hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then continue. So you're inhaling to 5, holding it to 5, and then exhaling it to 5. So how about you try it? So I invite you, put your hand on your belly. So you're making sure you're breathing all the way into your belly, because again, that's proper breathing. That's really going to help you relax. So inhale in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then exhale. Or I'm sorry, hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's do it again because I messed up. Okay, so inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then holding it to the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then exhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And if you did that for a couple minutes, you can keep on doing it and listen to me talk if you want, but you'll start to notice a whole calm go over your entire body when you do that. And that's something you can do. I remember my mother used to say when we were getting upset, or my brothers and sisters and I were getting into an argument or something, and she'd say, count to 10, count to 10, take a moment and count to 10. And really what that was it's taking a time out, right? You're taking a time out, just like sometimes we give kids a timeout, right? And they sit in their timeout chair. And what that really is, it's not punishment. It's take a time out and recenter yourself and then go back to it. All right. So I believe that's what that 1 through 10, counting to 10 was, but doing this breathing exercise is the same thing. Okay. And it's something like, if you find, you're playing around with meditation and you want to see if it really does make your day better and centers you, try doing that. Okay. Now, best meditation, and this takes a little practice, is if you can connect to the silence within. Okay. And that's always harder because then you're connecting, that's your monkey mind, and your thoughts are kind of going, and it's hard to stop them. I a lot of times I'll listen to a guided meditation, and I said this earlier, Deepak Chopra and Oprah, I think it's on Deepak's website, probably on Oprah's as well, but they have meditation challenges, 21-day meditation challenges. And I love them because they're probably about 15 minutes. Okay. And you can listen to, they give some kind of a talk, something inspirational, and then they guide you into meditation, and then they bring you back out. Okay. That's a wonderful, wonderful way to start with meditations. Okay. The other thing is there's an app called Calm, CALM. A lot of people like that. I have that one too. And that's another where it's a woman, I can't think of her name, and I'll have to post it later, but she's got a wonderful voice, and she says something inspirational, plays nature sounds. You get to pick the sounds you want, whether it's music or nature sounds or what have you. And you start listening to that, and it's amazing, like how much that relaxes you. And I think it's about 12 minutes. So that's all it really takes, like to start your day out right. Okay. It takes about 12 minutes. So it's really not that long. And you'll find that it's so, so, so worth it. All right. Now I want to guide you through a meditation. I hope you don't mind. Okay. On the show. So I'm going to invite you to, and just go with it. All right. I'm going to say, this is guided, and I'm going to invite you to visualize certain things. And if you visualize them, that's great. If you don't, that's all right too. Okay. Focus on your breathing, like I said. Okay. And let's just see how you feel, and let's just see how tomorrow goes after we do this guided meditation. Okay. So I'm going to invite you to take a couple of deep breaths, breathing all the way into your abdomen, counting to 5, and exhaling. Another deep breath in and then counting to 5, and then exhaling. And I want you to imagine a beautiful cone of light above your head, moving into your head. And you could visualize this cone of light like beautiful sunlight just coming down and kissing the top of your head. And it's bringing a lightness and an energy with it. So feel this beautiful light that's filled with relaxing peace and energy, circulating, cleansing, and healing any tension. See it moving slowly downward through your neck and into your chest, relaxing, calming, and peaceful, smoothing away any discomfort. And feeling this beautiful light flowing down into your arms, all the way through your fingertips, until your arms almost feel weightless. And feeling this beautiful light and energy entering your stomach, quieting any stress or worry, bringing warmth and stillness. And remembering to focus on the rhythm of your breath as it gently moves light and love into your lungs as you breathe out old stress, worries, or fears. And feeling the light now moving down through your legs, melting away tightness and tension all the way down and through your toes. And seeing or feeling your entire body now shimmering with this glowing, soothing light. And I invite you now to imagine that you're looking ahead and you're seeing a special place. A place that maybe you've been before, or maybe a place that you've never been, but a place that calls to you, that brings you complete relaxation and peace. So maybe your special place is a grassy meadow with colorful wildflowers waving in a summer breeze. Or maybe it's a forest rich with the smell of pine cones and moss covered bark. Or maybe it's an ocean beach and you can hear the seagulls call as they circle over the salty waves rushing into shore. Find that spot that's uniquely yours, where you feel safe and secure and almost have a feeling of coming home. Allowing yourself now to experience your surroundings. Notice what you can hear. What sounds blend into your scene? And how does everything look? Focus on the richness of color that you see all around you. What are your sensations? Can you feel a breeze perhaps caressing your face? Touch something nearby. Feel its texture. Feel its weight. Is it warm or is it cool? Taking a moment now to nestle into your special place and just notice the relaxing feeling coming over you. And notice too, if it's difficult to stop your thoughts, thank them for being there. Don't fight them. Thank them for being there. Surround them with white light, seeing them just sort of float on by, thanking them for their presence and letting them know that you'll think of them later. And if it's difficult to relax, remembering to breathe, inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, holding it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And noticing how good you're feeling. Notice the relaxing. And as you feel ready, I invite you to very slowly begin returning to our virtual room here and let me know how you're feeling. And now that's something really you can do that every day, okay? I know you're not going to have me every day there guiding you, but every day you can close your eyes and again focus on the breathing as I was talking about, okay? Let thoughts go in and go out. Just don't pay any attention to them. Thank them for their presence. You don't want to fight them because I feel like it makes them stronger, okay? But let them just sort of come in and glide out. Focus on your breathing. And you can always imagine, like, what is your favorite place? I mean, I know when I want to really relax, I actually go to the river. I love going down to the Niagara River, even in the winter. I can sit there in the wintertime and I don't get out of my car, but I sit and I watch the water. Or, in the summer, I go sit there and I just watch the flow of the water and I can feel myself relaxing. And if that's a place you go, you can probably close your eyes and imagine it now. The grass, the beautiful water with an occasional boat going by. All right. And you can imagine something like that in your mind and let yourself for a few minutes start seeing it and noticing what you see, noticing what you feel, and noticing what you hear. And you'll put yourself back in that same place of meditation that hopefully I just put you in now. All right. So it's actually quite easy. And I promise you this too. The more you relax, okay, or I'm sorry, the more you practice, the more you're going to relax and the better you're going to feel. I started meditating. I'm a graduate of Fellowships of the Spirit. It's an amazing place, by the way. And I graduated from there in 2002. It's a Fellowships of the Spirit School of Healing School of Healing and Prophecy. Whoop. Okay. And when I went to the school, the first thing they wanted us to do, a requirement, was meditation. And I remember thinking that I wouldn't have time to do that. But then I thought, you know what? They're telling us to do that. I better make sure I do it. Okay. So I did. And they said, do it for 21 days and see if you notice a difference. And I noticed such a difference in my life. Again, I graduated in 2002. And to this day, I meditate every day. Okay. So, I occasionally I'll miss a day. And then sometime through that day, I'll do that deep breathing. Okay. So let me just read you a couple meditation quotes. All right. These are things I've seen on Facebook, my favorite place for quotes, I guess. Buddha was asked, "What have I gained from meditation?" He replied, "Nothing. However, let me tell you what I have lost: anger, anxiety, depression, insecurities, and fear." Okay. I wouldn't read you that. Okay. Unless I'd already experienced myself and noticed the difference. Okay. That you really do. Another thing I forgot to mention this too, like say I actually hurt my back a few months ago. It's a lot better, but I hurt it. And in my meditations, I started meditating. And when I brought that white light in, I would focus that white light in my back where it ached. and I would breathe almost into that area and surround it with the light. And you know what? It helped with the pain. So that was pretty amazing as well. Okay, so you can do that too. Um, so let me read you another one. You should sit in meditation for 20 minutes a day unless you're too busy. Then you should sit and meditate for 1 hour. Okay, so I like that one too, and that makes sense too. Now another thing, like I noticed this, like, and this is even just slowing down, like practicing the pause in your life, or I notice sometimes like days I'm stressed and I'm worried about things, or I just have I have a lot going on and a lot to do, and it'll kind of seem like I can't get it done, like no matter what, things aren't falling into place. Okay, on the days I meditate, that doesn't happen. On the days I meditate, it doesn't happen as much. Okay. I notice, like, how some days an hour seems to go by so fast. And then some days an hour seems to be so long and you can get so much done. Right. Well, if you meditate, you have more of those days that the hour seems so much longer. Okay. So I've definitely noticed that. And back to that, like practicing the pause really quick. I'll just say this, that on the days that you just, nothing is smooth and you're just not getting anything done and things aren't falling into place, practice the pause. Take a step back. Okay. Take a step back, let yourself pause, let yourself count to 10, like my mother used to say. Okay. And then go back, or if you can, like there are days for me that I'm like, I'm not going to do this today. I'll wait and do it tomorrow. Now, sometimes you can't do that, but if you can, I've noticed that sometimes it's a matter of stepping away, practicing that pause, and then I go back and then I'm perfectly okay and everything falls in place again. So I always feel like sometimes, like, we start to get stressed or we start to feel full or like we have so much to do. We start worrying about that more. And it's I've got to get it done. I've got to get it done. And then guess what happens is you get it done a lot less, right? So practice the pause. I want to just throw this in there too. Somebody said that to me once, practice the pause, even when you're going to say something. Sometimes, like if you're upset or angry, practice the pause, step back, take a breath. Is it necessary? Is it kind? Is it worth saying? Okay, before you say it. So I feel like pausing in our lives is such an important thing and can help us with so many different things. So I'm trying to think if you have any questions or anything, you can ask them. I'm looking here to see if I have anything else here for you. I want to just give you this before we close, this quick to close your eyes, okay, and go back to that space of meditation. Take a few deep breaths in and exhale. You can do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And remember what I told you, that when you're in meditation, you're also connecting to your intuition. So I want you to just, for a moment, ask inside, what word, picture, or feeling do I need, in asking Spirit this, do I need as a message for my day tomorrow? And just allow a word to come in, or a picture to come into your mind, or a feeling, knowing that's going to be a message about your day tomorrow that's going to make your day better. And I hope you got a message. That was kind of a quick intuitive exercise. Now, not a very detailed one. But I want to let you know that we're going to meet again next week. All right. I'm going to be on every Friday at noon. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Some weeks I'm going to have a guest on, not some weeks you'll just get me. Okay. But next week, I want to talk to you about we're going to talk about your awareness of your own intuitive gifts. So we're going to talk about your intuition. We're going to talk about how every single one of us is intuitive, that it's our birthright. We're born with a connection to our intuition. And I want to explain to you how to kind of get back to that, give some exercises to help you get back to that. All right. And absolutely, I'm going to give you some exercises to help you actually connect and get messages from your intuition. All right. So that's going to be on next week's show. Fridays at noon, okay, on Lilydale Blog Talk Radio. And then we're also on Santosha's Facebook Live. Santosha's my holistic center. We're on Lilydale's Facebook Live, and also my own personal Angie Hewitt Abt and Reverend Angie Hewitt Abt Facebook pages. So I hope that you'll tune in. I look forward. I'm so happy to be back with all of you, all of my good friends on Facebook Live. So I bid you adieu. Try meditating. I'd love to hear next week about how meditation is going for you. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. I'll see you soon.